Well, hello, friends. Welcome to the weekly recap, and we are soccer. It's international break. How excited are you? To be honest, it hasn't been as bad as I thought it would be. Normally, I'm not too excited about this time when the domestic leagues go on break. But you know what? There's been some good games. And USA Paraguay, that was actually a really good game. Both teams qualified for the next World Cup 2026. Obviously, the host, USA, one of the hosts, qualified easily. Paraguay have qualified, so you thought maybe they're going to try some things. It won't be. No, it was a really good. It was a really good affair there. So we're going to talk about that. We're also talking about the teams that have qualified for World Cup 2026. There's a couple of more. I believe it's 28 officially as of today, Sunday, November 16th. And MLS. Some big news coming out of MLS. They're flipping a calendar. They're going to the international calendar. Oh, and by the way, they're not going to be behind an extra paywall at Apple. So big things to talk about today. It's me, your host, Craig Hearn, and Brooks. We'll get to Brooks in a minute. All right, you ready? Let's jump in.
What? And I'm going to give you one opportunity because we're friends. Winner!
Who gives a shit about where the ball's been?
Yeah, F him. They went from loving this guy, best move ever, to hating him.
I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I love it because it tells you how the game was played.
There's nowhere for him to go. I think there's one place.
You can't do that in the national team. Do I look like I'm freaking kidding?
He does things that are absolutely insane.
Successful and sexy? No. It wasn't aggravating at times? Yes.
Sorry,
That's not very fair.
It's not about being fair.
Welcome to the greatest soccer show ever.
All right, friends. As you heard me say there in the opening, it's me, myself, and I, and Brooks. Brooks, how are you, buddy? You good?
Yeah, good. Some college soccer conference tournament. Watched Western Michigan beat Evansville the other night on Saturday night, so that was good for.
Congratulations to Western Michigan there. Well done.
Yeah, Chad Wiseman's crew didn't have the best season, but you can change it at the end and in your conference tournament to automatically qualify for the NCAA tournament, where the selection show will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So we'll figure out the rest of the 48 team field after the 22 automatic qualifiers. So yeah, it's been good. Got MSU women beat Milwaukee 4-1 to open up there, and then they play the 7th seed Wake Forest at home on 11/20. So if you're a Michigan State fan, head out. I know DeMartin was packing for that game against Milwaukee, from what I saw from the clips and everything, and I watched a little bit of that match as well.
Yeah, good match?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, listen, I think Jeff Hosler said it. Like, they played Milwaukee the first time. They kind of ran them 8-0. And then this time it was just a little more adjustment. I mean, that's an early season non-conference match. Sometimes those can get a little crazy. But Milwaukee defended really well. Michigan State only scored 1 goal in the first half, and then they tallied on obviously 3 more, and Milwaukee got 1. But it was good job from the Horizon League side to give Michigan State a battle.
Men's soccer, women's soccer, college soccer is in full force right now. So if you're into that, I know you're watching it. Chime in with your thoughts there.
Yep.
Go green. Hopefully the women can get a little further than they've gotten in the past. And hey, Western Michigan, I'm all for it. Let's go. The Broncos, you're leading the way. I love it. Let's see what you boys can do. Chad Wiseman, good luck. All right. Not one of the topics we're talking about today, but we did mention it, so good stuff there. But USA Paraguay. USA last night in a cold Subaru Park in Pennsylvania. You're thinking, okay.
Actually, it wasn't bad. It was in the 60s, actually.
It wasn't. You're right. It wasn't as bad as it could be.
It could have been worse.
It was cold here,
Yeah.
so you're right. It was in the 60s.
It was in the 60s here.
That's actually really optimal playing conditions for a soccer game, for a player.
Yeah. I mean, most of the men's guys were in short sleeves,
It's become a trend I've noticed in Europe, when no matter what the weather is, they all wear long sleeves.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then the gloves have come into fashion. Brooks, are you a gloves guy?
No, I mean, if it's really cold, I'd wear them.
Yeah.
But I mean, as a goalkeeper, I always had to wear gloves.
True.
But like, if ever playing outside or running or whatever, like I'd wear gloves. Yes.
I'm only wearing gloves if it's like less than 25 degrees.
Yeah.
Then I'll wear gloves. Above that, no. I think my dad would chop my hands off if I'm wearing gloves. Anyway, all right. So, listen, Subaru Park, Pennsylvania. It was the host of Paraguay, USA. Start out with a bang. I mean, listen, before we even jump into what happened in the game, we all got a little bit of a surprise. Brooks, were you surprised at the starting lineup? Gio Reyna got to start, Matt Freese in goal, and at this point, you got to go, Matt Freese is the #1 goalie. it's his
Yeah.
to lose. He is Pochettino's guy, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I watched the game in Spanish on Televisión on NBC. I forgot it was on TNT, but sometimes I like the Spanish commentators because they have a little more flair to it.
Oh, I love it.
And trying to understand what they say.
Yeah.
I did take a little Spanish in middle school and high school. But yeah, so they brought up it was a 4-4-2 lineup, and I was like, "There's no chance they're playing a 4-4-2, no chance." And they had like Tim Ream at the left back, and I'm like, "He's the left center back. Arpston is higher. He's an outside mid, but he's really the wing back, and Dest is, So yeah, it was 3-5. It says
it's a 3-5-2 for sure.
Yeah, it says here on MLS is 3-4-1-2, which it could be that Reyna and Aronson could have played underneath, but it was a 3-5-2 essentially.
Yeah. With
Reyna and probably Aronson just varying sometimes, whatever if they play with Balogun at the top there. But no, I mean, it was. I thought Austin Trusty may got a run. You kind of look like Tim Ream. He didn't play Australia. He played against Ecuador. He got burned a little bit. He got burned a little bit in his MLS playoff match for Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of thinking, hey, is he done?
Past his prime? Is he not going to get his shot?
He actually did okay though. Like he had some good possession where he dribbled out of stuff, and he can play with both feet, and he played some good balls that broke lines. But we had Reyna coming back to find the game though. Yeah. And that was the big thing.
So what was when you looked at the starting lineup? What was the number one thing that you went, okay, all right, that's I didn't see that coming. That was interesting. Was it Tim Ream starting? Was it Gio Reyna starting? Was it Matt Freese starting?
I would say Joe Scally playing right center back.
Okay.
Because he's played there before for NYCFC in the academy and whatnot. But that was an interesting one. I thought Mark McKenzie would have played. I expected Robinson to play the center of the three. It was going to be, Robinson and then whoever he wanted to pair next to him. I thought McKenzie and Trusty maybe would have got a run.
Okay.
Or McKenzie would have been paired and then Ream would have been the left center back. That was a surprise. Was Scally.
Gio Reyna had to be that's the first thing that stuck out to me. It had to be the one thing that stuck out to 99% of the people. You're like, okay, he's played like 90 minutes total this year, right? Mm-hmm. Bits and pieces for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Mm-hmm. He obviously has left, just so everybody's aware, he left Borussia Dortmund and has moved to Borussia Mönchengladbach, where Joe Scally's at as well. So good friends there. You're thinking, okay, there's some partnership. They can help each other along.
Well, they're both NYCFC.
Right, this is true. But you're thinking maybe he can get back on track here.
Yeah.
And it just hasn't happened so far for Reyna this year in the Bundesliga. He's come on a couple of minutes here. A grand total of, last time I looked, it was 74 minutes. I think he got another 15 in the last game. So just over 90 minutes or whatever it is. Yep. He hasn't played much. So when he gets the starting nod, I think I texted the boys, last chance saloon for Gio Reyna here. I think Pochettino needs to see something from him. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to jump in too quick here, but 4 minutes into the game, Gio Reyna's putting a header on target and scoring a goal. Yeah. Great cross by Max Arfston, by the way.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that, but that was the thing that stuck out to me. I gotta think it stuck out to most people.
Yeah, I think so. I think maybe someone thought maybe off the bench this one, then this Uruguay maybe he'd start or something. Be interesting to see who starts against Uruguay. I didn't think Rodan would start either. I thought maybe Aiden Morris would come back and start, but maybe he's saving some guys for the tougher opponent in Uruguay. I don't know. We'll see what happens on Tuesday night.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what happens on Tuesday night and see what starting lineup he goes with. But this game wasn't a tepid, a little sit back and dinky. It from the start, it went bang, and they were banging into each other, and they were bumping. And, there are some little things I'd like to point out in this game that happened, okay? Number one, on the goal, Max Arfston puts his left foot around the ball, pushes it to the right, beats a super quick defender, knocks a great cross in. Before this happens, though, he takes control of the ball, and he looks across the box. And you see Gio Reyna doing this, and he does this. Go watch the replay. He looks directly in Max Arfston's direction, and he does this. Now, I'm a forward. I do silly things too. If I want the ball, I do frequently when one of my players has the ball and I'm making a run this way and I point back this way. That means I want the ball here. I'm running here to fool everybody, but you play the ball here. What does he do? He looks at his defenders and he does this. Max Arfston plays a super ball in, and what a great finish.
It was good.
By Gio Reyna.
Yep.
What a finish.
Yep.
Listen. After that, you're thinking, okay, let's see if he can take this to the next level and influence this game. And he did. And Gio Reyna influenced the game. We'll get to that in a little bit. Unfortunately, that was at the 4-minute mark. Before the 10-minute mark even really hit, Paraguay hit back, and they got one. Now, we watched this goal a couple of times. The ball gets recycled by Paraguay around the back, and Balogun puts pressure on his man who passes it to the left center back. Gio Reyna's a little slow to get there to stop the inlet ball from the left center back over the top. Joe Scally gets caught. Joe Scally gets caught by about a half-second ball watching. He ball watches, and then he sees Almiron darts.
Yep.
And a half-second late, and he turns and he darts. And by that time, the ball's played over the top.
He's tough to keep up with Almiron when he gets a step on you.
Oh, he is.
He's pretty electric.
Oh, he is. He's rapid.
Yeah.
He's rapid.
Yeah.
I think Scally, if he's not ball watching, it catches him. But unfortunately, Miles Robinson is also ball watching in the middle, and by a half a yard, he keeps Almiron onside.
Yeah, I think actually Ream and Scally stepped from the replay, and Miles didn't. And then it's just natural. You go.
Right.
It
is such a tough thing for defenders to learn to step forward instead of stepping back, which is their natural habitat towards step back towards the goal to defend and take away space, and not give space to the ball over the top, right? It's just a natural habit. So unfortunately, Miles Robinson gets caught standing. The ball goes over the top to Almiron down the corner, and then it's a foot race between Arce, Robinson, and Ream. And unfortunately, Ream and Robinson both kind of just run straight. And then Arce is right between them.
was a good ball from Almiron.
Oh, it was a phenomenal ball. I'm not going to take anything away from them.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll say is one of those center backs needs to get close, right?
Yeah.
You need to get close. And I think it needs to be Miles Robinson, because he's let the ball over the top. He can see that Scally's tracking, and Scally's not going to let Almiron come back around towards the goal. He's got him. There's only one thing that's going to... I'm sorry. Let me put this. There's two things that can happen. Almiron's either going to cross it first time, or he's going to get the ball back down and then try to take Scally on.
Mm-hmm.
He does the one thing because he sees there's one man in the middle, Arce, and he crosses it, who's still right between Miles Robinson, who doesn't go left, doesn't go right, stays in the middle, and he needs to get close to Arce. A phenomenal goal. Probably one of the only mistakes I think defensively they've really, as a unit, made. Okay. At that point, you're thinking 1-1. Now we got a game on our hands here, boys. Like, we were pressing, and to the credit of the U.S. men's national team, they were bumping, they were banging, they were going at it. I really enjoyed it. I thought
it was a good one.
It was, and I don't want to use the term lightly, there was a fight. They had some fights in it, right? And at the end, there was a little bit of handbags fighting, but we'll get to that. And Gio Reyna. Brooks, you freaking nailed it. Sorry, I'm on a rant. You nailed it. Gio Reyna, what did he do best in this game? He found space between the lines.
Yeah, he was that option that they don't have sometimes.
He was. But not only was he the option, he found space between the lines as an option, but he also was able to do one of the things that has become, in the last 2 to 3 years, one of the most electrifying, most expensive things in the world. It's come back, get the ball, turn and run.
Yeah, which he did well.
Which he does well.
He did really well in the combination play, too.
He does that so well.
Yeah.
And England right now have Jude Bellingham and Morgan Rogers, who both do that well. Cole Palmer does that super well. Come back, get the ball, turn, and run at defenders. Find that space. It's tough to find that space to get the ball and turn. Gio Reyna does it. I don't know if there's a better player in the U.S. men's national team setup right now that can get between lines, receive the ball, and turn in one motion.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Big Gunner says, not holding my breath on Gio. Laughing emoji.
I think, personally, I'm going to go back here and say I think he's on the plane. Let's just go with the bus. He's on the bus to the World Cup, right?
We're not flying anywhere.
We're not flying anywhere. It's here. It's here in the USA, for crying out loud, right? I'm going to say he's on the bus because here's what happened after the game. Pochettino's quoting, "He scored. He did a very good job. I'm so happy with him. He showed why he started and why he has confirmed that he is a player that needs to improve because he needs to play more in his club. But we can see today that he was great."
Yeah, he added just something a little different. He adds. He's a 10. Like, he is a legit 10 inside pocket winger that can play as a double 10. that just does things differently. Like Weah's not a pocket 10, Arfston, if he ever played, he's an outside wing back, but like a lot of the other, Pulisic's a pocket 10, he can play a 10, or if he's a winger, he can play inside, it's a pocket 10. But yeah, it's just, there's different things he does, his vision, his ability, like every little combination sequence, he was always involved in something, laying the ball off, taking and turning, playing out, beating a guy, and then combining. There was like in the overloads, especially in the wide parts of the field, like he was just always involved in that. And it was a good goal. Like it was a goal that was needed to start, and I think he wanted to make an impact on the game as quickly as he could, because he knew this. I think he understood this was my one opportunity to impress him, to Pochettino.
Yeah.
And maybe he gets to start against Uruguay because of that, to be honest with you, because he hasn't played a lot of minutes for Gladbach. So I'm sure Gladbach are like, go ahead, use him. And maybe that means with the Gladbach coach to see the performance, maybe he gets, more minutes off the bench, or maybe a start here and there for them now.
We can only hope for his sake that it translates into more minutes at Gladbach. The performances here, Brooks. That's a great point. I really like the fact that he just showed heart along with every single other player on the field. It's a friendly, no one's get hurt, but what are they doing, man? They're putting themselves into tackles. They're doing a great job of it.
Well,
I love that Gio Reyna went out there and just said, let's freaking go, man.
I think, I wonder if Chris Richards, because he wasn't there, but in the group chat was like, same thing that happened the last international break in October, it carries over.
Yeah.
Like everyone fucking go at it,
Yeah.
Go at it, go into tackles, win the game. Like, I wonder if that's Chris Richards now. He's like in everything. He's like, I'm not here, guys, but same mentality.
Yeah. Did everybody have on their bingo card Brooks being the first one to swear tonight? Probably not. Yeah. It was most likely me.
So
ruined a lot of bingo cards, Brooks.
BX Gunner says Gio and Jadon Sancho seem very similar in where they are at. Need a lot more consistency, in my opinion.
Streaky.
Yeah, streaky players.
They're like a youth player right now. So inconsistent. Some games you show up and play like you're a world beater, and the next one you show up and you go, have you ever watched soccer before? Like, you're right. It's just Jadon Sancho, same thing, by the way, and he plays for Villa. He's playing for Villa at the moment. Just some games you're like, hey man, whoa, look at that pace, look at the quickness, look how you cross that ball, and the next game you're like, do you know where you are right now?
Correct.
Jeez. Yeah, agreed. I am very interested to see whether Gio Reyna starts.
Correct. And this
Uruguay.
Yeah. And again, BX Gunner says, what is Gio doing at club level? And like you said, he's not. He's coming off the bench for 10 minutes. He's the not the first sub off the bench, but like number 2, 3, or 4, in the rotation. But maybe this is a spark for where he gets more minutes. And I agree, you need to play with your club to do well, but maybe he's the exception because he's so talented that you have to bring him on the roster. So, he's the one that I would accept that because he's such a difference maker that whether he plays a lot or not, he needs to be with the team in 2026.
So you're putting him on the bus?
Yeah.
He's on the bus, folks. I got him on the bus as well. I'm walking it back because a couple of weeks ago said, no, we just can't do it. He's not playing enough. I don't see the drive and the desire in him. I think that's it. He's on the bus. He showed. Now it's going to be interesting. Like I said, we'll see if he plays against Uruguay coming up here in Tampa on Tuesday night. All right, so a couple other players. You just saw Matt Freese get the start here, and you're going, wait a minute. He started the last 4 games.
Yeah. Well,
he's in. He's your number one. I don't think there's anything.
I told you all the keepers they brought in were Celentano, Schulte, and Klinsmann.
They're all number 2. Those are your
Schulte's the only one out of the 3. Schulte's the only one that's gotten time, and that was Gold Cup.
Yeah,
or I believe it was a friendly before the Gold Cup, and then Freese took over for Gold Cup, and you know what I mean. Like, it's just I just don't see in a world that he doesn't start. Like I said, he doesn't start these 2 friendlies, and he doesn't start the remainder. No January camp this time, so the only other camp they have left is March, and I don't think Pochettino's messed around with anything. Nope. Obviously, Chris Brady's a little injured right now, so that's why he didn't get called into the camp. But I think the reality is, it's going to be rotation. It's Freese, Turner, Schulte, Brady. I think it's between those 4. Honestly, I don't really see anyone else having a legit opportunity to compete for the 3 goalkeeper spots.
I agree. All right. Someone said, and I don't know if this is true. I didn't even look it up. Max Arfsson got player of the game.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Agree or disagree with that?
He was good. He actually made some plays where he lost. There were a couple times he lost the ball and he tracked back and won the ball. He was very good. He's actually improved every window. He's actually improved. Listen, he's not the starter. Hey, people he is not the starter over Jedi Robinson. Jedi is the number 1, but he's shown that he can be a number 2.
Yeah.
He's shown, like, if you had to move Jedi for some reason as a left center back, which I think hasn't he played before at Fulham?
Yes, not much.
Not much, but like he could do it because he's an athlete and he can move and he can defend. Maybe there's a world where Jedi starts as left center back and Arpston is the left wing back. I mean, if they had to, if injuries had to and things had to get, yes.
Injuries. Agreed.
Correct.
But
he was good.
Agreed.
He was good. He has been better.
He was good. He wasn't great, but he was good.
Yes.
Almost had an own goal in the second half. Not his fault. The ball came across, fired across, and just goes off his back foot.
Yeah.
Whatever. It could have gone anywhere. That's why you put the ball in a position of maximum opportunity, Pomo.
Yes.
But for me, it was Gio Reyna. This is the player that changed the game. He scored the first goal. He was the one who got between the lines, was the driving force a lot of the time. And he created the second goal. Officially, I don't know if officially he gets the assist because he was trying to cross it to Roldan, but the ball went off a defender, flicked it back, and it went to Balogun, who just put the ball in. Balogun, for me, didn't do too much, but I think the work he did allowed space for Gio Reyna. So not going to discount him there. I like that he got a goal, worked hard, did well, played well with Gio Reyna as well. Brendan Aronson.
He was a hard worker. He
did what he
stuff.
normally does. He buzzes around. He works hard. He bumps people. Again, well done.
Pepe should have had a goal on his. Unfortunately, he should have buried that one.
He wanted the shot on his third touch. He needed the shot on his second touch. He left way too much time for the defender and the goalie to close him down after that. He should have had a goal. He's a striker, and he's normally a clinical striker. So he's going to be mad at, and he should be mad at himself there. He should have had a goal for sure.
At the end of the day, this is all. Everyone can make the battle of certain people like certain players over for the forward position. But at the end of the day, like, even if your forward's not a whole lot involved, but he has those moments where he scores goals like that in the box like Balogun did, like, he wasn't having a fantastic game. It wasn't bad, but he wasn't superb. No. But those moments where, it's a loose ball in the box, it dinked off a defender's foot, and, good left-footed finish in the side netting, Like, that's what we need. Timely players that can score timely goals,
who pop up in the right place at the right time.
Exactly. Then that wins you games.
The best players find a way to pop up in the right place
exactly
at the right time to win you games.
I would love a forward to be involved more than 50% of the game, but sometimes you're only involved in the 15 to 20% or less, and it's those small moments that make you a good solid forward, scoring goals when needed.
All right, so officially USA come away with a 2-1 win over Paraguay. A really nice win, if I'm being honest. The only, you know what? I heard someone say, the only bad thing about it was a little fight at the end. F that.
I like that. I like that.
Love it.
Alex Freeman's like, give me the ball. No, I'm not going to give up the ball, and then everyone gets involved. Gio comes over and defends his buds, and
you got the picture here. You see Pochettino kind of running in there.
Yeah.
You see people pushing each other, trying to break it up. The referee kind of just in a way. But I got no problem with this. I don't give a crap that it's a friendly. Ain't no friendlies.
Sorry, it wasn't Gio Reyna. It was Berhalter that came in to defend.
Oh yeah, Berhalter. Yeah.
Berhalter came in, was right there, and I'm fine with that. Like, this is. I want to see a fight, and I want to see that they're not going to back down. I mean, it was obviously our throw. Paraguay was trying to delay and to whatever, and Alex Freeman wanted the ball, and I'm fine with that. Like, I need to see fight like this, even in a friendly, is an important thing.
They said punches were thrown, but I didn't see full punches. I think it was just kind of like a little bit of slapping. We're going to call this handbags. They're just throwing handbags at each other.
The only thing I thought they needed to maybe review, which it's a friendly, I don't know if they would really, was Gomez put his arm over Reyna's neck. And that's the only thing I was like, he got a little high there, but like, obviously one guy on the bench for Paraguay got red carded because whether it was doing something or taunting.
An unused sub and Alcatera, whatever his name is. Taunting and kind of pushing and shoving. But, no VAR in this. No VAR. So, whatever. It is what it is. I don't crap about this. I mean, I like that this happened. We were all worried a couple of months ago that, oh man, there's no actual games between now and the start of the World Cup.
He
This could
scheduled
really
good
hurt us.
opponents. This is why he did
This
it.
is great, and I don't want to say it's Pochettino. I just want to say it's U.S. Soccer.
Sure.
And Matt, what's his face?
Yeah.
Forget his name.
Yep.
They scheduled great games. These are games we need.
Yep.
I think Uruguay is going to be even better. That one, we've now won 4 games in a row with this one here against Paraguay. That could come to an end real quick because Uruguay are a good team.
They're physical team.
Very physical. Brooks, any final thoughts on the 2-1 win here for the USA?
Love the fight. Great to see Gio Reyna back in form. Just great to see them continuing to care and not give up and just finding ways to win. And that was one of my things I said when we talked last Sunday on the show. What's one thing you want? Find ways to win.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot real quick. Give me 3 things. Whether it's those 3 things or 3 other things, 3 things that you were glad about this game, sad about this game, the good, bad, the ugly. Give me 3 things that you learned about the USA in this game against Paraguay.
Gio wants back in. Let's see. Gio wants back in. We got the fight, so we're still fighting, which is good. And then the third one, for as much as people complain about Pochettino and his decisions, they seem to be working out pretty well.
All right, I like that. My 3 things. All right, Gio Reyna gets the start. That was okay. I didn't see that coming. I love the fact that not only did he get the start, but he actually came through and played and showed us what he's all about. I love the fact that Pochettino gave Gio Reyna the start. Are you kidding me? He hasn't played much, but he said, I'm going to bring you into camp. I'm going to let you show me what you can do. And then if you've earned it, I'm going to give you the start. And my God, he did it. So Pochettino, well done there. We learned that Matt Freese is the starting goalkeeper, provided he stays healthy. The first game of the World Cup 2026 is going to have Matt Freese in it. He is going to be the starting goalkeeper for the U.S. men's national team. I also love the fact that he tried a couple of different things. We got Aronson starting up there. We got Roldan in there again. We got Arfson and Scally and Miles Robinson. Listen, Pochettino has gone above and beyond here. He's checking out different things, whether people get injured, how people partner with players. I'm liking where it's going. We learned a lot from this. It's going to be interesting to see how the game against Uruguay goes and what we're going to learn from that. We're going to film right after that game because there's going to be a lot to be learned from this game and the Uruguay game coming together. All right, Brooks, we got a lot of other stuff to get to, by the way. A lot of teams, I think it's 28 officially now, today have qualified for the World Cup in 2026 right here in North America. We're going to talk about that. We're going to tell you about them. We're going to tell you about some of the games that happened. But before we do that, I want to say a big thank you to our partners, a big thank you to Soccer World, soccerworld.net for all of your soccer gear needs. By the way, Christmas is coming up. They got a couple of things on sale right now. They got an awesome clearance table. I always seem to find a pair of boots on the clearance table. Get to Soccer World, 3 awesome locations here in Detroit, or soccerworld.net for all of your online soccer gear needs. Next Level Training, sign up for the specialty clinics they got going on. They may even have some sort of Thanksgiving tournament I think I've seen. They got a ton of stuff going on. Next Level Training, they are the best trainers in the country, and they're located right here in Michigan. Lucky us. Get your kids out there. Get them out there once a week. Trust me, you will see the difference in your kids' foot skills. Big thank you to the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. He is one of the best doctors, athlete doctors around, soccer specific. Trust me. Brooks did a video with him recently. Check that out on our YouTube channel. Him and his Spencer Nolf,
Yes.
Dr. Spencer Nolf as well. They are phenomenal as a team, man. If you need some baseline testing, trust me, get to them. The football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood and Spencer Nolf. Good dudes, great soccer players as well, by the way. Both collegiate athletes.
Yeah, Zach played
incredible.
Zach played Detroit Mercy. Spencer played at Oakland.
That is incredible.
Yeah, and then what Zach played for Wolves, Spencer played Wolves, but he finished at Vardar. So there you go.
Yeah, hey, you got injured and you want to get a football doc, a guy who's actually played in the local level right here in Detroit, you get one of those guys, man. They are the best around. Big thank you to the Michigan Jaguars, MichiganJaguarsFC.com for more information on that awesome club. My kids play for the Jags and yours should too. We had a game yesterday. We had some Jags 5 today. Jags 5 is awesome. It's little quick futsal stuff on a bigger field. It is great. Check out MichiganJaguarsFC.com for more information. One of the fastest growing clubs in the country. And last but not least, a big thank you to our good friends at Dog Pony Show Brewing. We are going to be, Brooks, doing a Christmas party.
We are.
at Dog and Pony Show Brewing. We're going to be doing a Christmas party. We're going to have.
Are we serving beer?
Oh, that's a good idea. We should definitely serve the beer.
Do we have to wear like elf hats or something?
You have to wear a French maid outfit.
Oh man.
Yeah, sorry.
Why?
I don't.
I was gonna think like the owner Kyle was gonna be Santa, then like we're the elves or
That's
whatever.
a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. We
Yeah.
haven't nailed. We have a date, but it's not set in stone yet, so I can't reveal it. But a soccer Christmas party thrown for you by We Are Soccer and Dog and Pony Show Brewing.
Ooh.
I cannot wait. We're gonna have soccer trivia. I've got prizes. I've got some awesome prizes. I spent a couple $100 the other week on some prizes to give out. We got some different things coming up. So lots.
It's not a fat head of your face, right?
Why would you give away the prizes? What is wrong? Wait, what's wrong with that prize? That's a pretty good prize. No?
Someone wants to hang that up in their office, huh?
I mean, come on. I've got one in my office.
Ah.
Yeah. All right, we got a lot to get to. We're going to get to World Cup qualifiers. We're going to be talking about MLS flipping, not the bird, the calendar. They're flipping to an international calendar. And then, by the way, Apple is getting rid of the MLS season passes. That's going away. It's not going to be behind a paywall, so we got a lot to get to. We're going to get to all that right after this.
Hi, Brooks. We're at our favorite store, Soccer World in Rochester. We're just gonna do some light shopping. Nothing big. Ooh, pretty colors. Oh, and one of these too?
Ooh, Germany. Nate would like this.
Hey, Brooks, look at all these. Look what I got.
South America. Ooh. Wow, that's not MLS. Cool.
Socks? No.
Ooh, a ball pump. Next in line.
Sir, you're next.
Right. That's a mannequin. You know that.
Huh?
It's a mannequin.
Oh. Sorry, sir.
Craig, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Huh?
All right. Lots to get to here. We're going to get to the World Cup stuff. Did you watch any of the qualifiers? The actual qualifiers, not just the friendlies. Did you watch the qualifiers this weekend? There's a couple of them. One that stuck out to me today was Ireland versus Hungary. In Hungary, by the way. Hungary go up 1-0 in the first 4 minutes. And Ireland, by the way, the winner of this game gets into the playoffs. Playoffs! Yes, playoffs. The winner of this game gets into the playoffs. Hungary go up 1-0 in the 4th minute. And then I think it's around the 15th, 16th minute. Ireland's come down. They earn a penalty. They put the penalty away. It's 1-1. And then you're thinking, okay, this game could go either way. And they went balls out on this game. I mean, both nations are like, this is our opportunity to go at it. Hungary, actually, at one point, they figured out pretty quick, we just need a draw here. But they got a goal, and they went up 2-1. And you're like, crap, this ain't going to happen. I've seen Ireland play a million times. They don't pull games out like this. And they pulled it out. They pulled it out. Are you kidding me, Ireland? They pulled it out. They scored a goal, I think it was in the 80-some-odd minute, 85th minute, 84th minute, to tie it 2-2. And then they got a goal in the 94th minute. One of the almost absolute last kicks of the game. Absolutely incredible. What were Hungary doing in the 91st minute? They were time wasting. Do you know what they did, Brooks? They rolled on the ground. They said someone had a cramp, so they helped him with a cramp. And then they made a substitution. And my mom and I are sitting there watching. She goes, why are they bringing players on right now? I don't get it. The game's almost over. I said, they're just wasting time. The referee added a minute. Ireland scored in that extra minute. Wow. That was phenomenal. Ireland now go through to the playoffs. Hungary, your tournament is not going to happen. You are done. You will not be at World Cup 2026. All right.
Norway qualified.
Norway officially qualified. All right. So, Brooks, who did qualify, you ask?
Yeah.
Let me see. Here we go. All right. Here's who officially has qualified as of today. Well, we know the hosts, United States, Mexico, and Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We know those. Those are the easy ones. All right, from the South America, from the CONMEBOL, Argentina. Heavyweights, Argentina. The title holders, Messi, he's there, he's back. And Brazil, heavyweights Brazil. They haven't really performed well in the last couple of World Cups. See if they can do it. Ecuador, Uruguay, Paraguay, who we just played and beat 2-1, and Colombia. There you go from South America. All right, who's made it so far from Africa, you ask? Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, Algeria, Ghana, Cape Verde, South Africa, Ivory Coast, and Senegal. Brooks, we're gonna come back to Cape Verde. Okay, I know you want to talk about them. We're coming back to talk about it. Hold your horses. Okay. All right. Who's in there from the Asian group? Australia, Iran, Japan, Jordan, Uzbekistan.
Yeah, did they make it before?
South Korea. Didn't they make it before?
Didn't they make it last year?
Maybe. I don't think so. Qatar, Saudi Arabia, New Zealand. That's your Oceania group and your Asia group right there. It's a big group.
Don't forget, it's an expanded World Cup too.
Yes, you nailed it. There's an expanded World Cup. We're going to get to this because I think we're on opposing sides of something here, Brooks. All right. Now from Europe, who's going to make it? England, France, Portugal punched their tickets. Portugal punched their ticket officially today as they won 9-1 over...
well, Norway did too, right?
And then Norway, sorry, I don't know how I don't have them on the list here. Okay, so Norway officially punched their ticket late today. Portugal punched their ticket. England have been in. France are in officially. England, by the way, in their groups, they played 8 games. They won all 8 games. And guess what they didn't do during the 8-game World Cup qualifying process?
Give up a goal?
They didn't give up a goal. They didn't give up a single goal. Of course, they played some really crap teams. So that helps. And by the way, Harry Kane with his 78th goal now surpasses Pele on the list. Just Brooks.
Did you mention Croatia? I have it up on here, the FIFA World. So the one other team from UEFA was Croatia that qualified.
Okay, Croatia and Norway are the ones we're missing here.
Yep.
Okay, now, Brooks, I'm going to ask you a question. Expanded World Cup. We have 48 teams in this World Cup, okay? It's way bigger. There's way more games. Why is that?
Where did it go 32 to 48?
Yep. 48, 32, 48. Why did it do that?
Well, they want to get more. They said they want to get more money to other federations. They want to share the wealth.
FIFA share the wealth?
That's
what FIFA just wants more money.
That's what we said. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. Now, Cape Verde. They've got like a population of 400,000 or something silly like that.
I'll look it up right now.
It's very silly. Okay. Uzbekistan. Are you kidding me? Okay.
Cape Verde has a population, according to about 525,000.
I was off by 100,000. I apologize. Yeah. All right. Is it a good thing that Cape Verde is in the World Cup, Brooks?
I mean, if you want to grow the game, you gotta get some representation for those players to see what they can do. And I mean, this is a time for those players, just like it's always been a time in Gold Cup for those small nations in CONCACAF to get MLS contracts or contracts maybe in some second division European club or something. Or it's a time to showcase yourself and to showcase the players in your federation. And I know, depending on what group they get in, they will probably get blasted for sure.
Yep.
They will play, but that's just you take it on the chin. But like if you can make some competitive games out of it, and some of your players can get shown and go play in other countries, then there you go. That's the only good thing it's for.
I say that
if you don't like that, there's not going to be competitive matches and there'll be blowouts, then this is not your taste.
We have right now exactly what happened in the FIFA Club World Cup.
Yes.
The Australian team that was representing New Zealand. Sorry, the New Zealand team that was representing.
Where they had the part-time workers.
It was part-time. Why did we let them in? Now they drew with someone. I can't remember who they drew with.
Yeah.
They drew with them like 0-0, 1-1 or something. No, 0-0.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, great, good for you guys. That's awesome. And then they played Bayern Munich and got blasted 10-0. And you're like, I feel really bad for you. Why did we let you into this competition? Because that was a waste. We're going to have several teams in this competition, the World Cup 2026, just like that.
Yeah.
They are going to be Cape Verde, Uzbekistan, and they're going to maybe draw with someone, but the other 2 games, they're going to get absolutely hammered. Their goal difference is going to be like -17.
Yeah.
And it is not going to make for good watching. The only thing we're doing right now is just lining the pockets of FIFA. I don't like that we've got an expanded World Cup, more games. because we're lining the pockets of FIFA. By the way, you're going to have to pay FIFA to park in the stadiums for these games. God, they're just getting their grubby little hands over everything at this point. It's horrible. It's horrible. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. I got nothing else. That's it. Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like if you're someone, like I said before, you don't like that games are gonna be blowouts or whatever, and you don't find that match very attractive to watch. I get it.
Yeah.
But it is good for the smaller federations to at least have a taste of it, to see if they can grow that federation. Will they ever? I mean, who's to say a population of 525,000 people couldn't eventually not have a World Cup champion, but like be a decent team at some point? It's
Agreed.
It's not impossible, especially if they use that money to build more things for their federation.
I will say Iceland
Yeah.
got in, right? But
Yeah.
they got in fairly. They've got
They
in
did.
fairly the last several tournaments because they've earned their way there.
Yeah, and they did some damage.
Did Cape Verde earn their way there?
I think they beat England, didn't they?
Technically, Iceland did. Shush. Cape Verde technically earned their way there, but with an expanded World Cup.
Sure,
But now we're also missing out on teams like Hungary.
sure.
Hungary's not going to be there, and Hungary played really good football through the last couple of years in the World Cup.
Yeah.
So it's a shame we're going to miss them. We could be missing out on Italy, by the way, who this will be like their third or fourth
I think
World
it's the
Cup.
third.
It'll be the third in a row, fifth major tournament
Yeah.
that they've missed out on.
Yep.
But we get Cape Verde. Trust me, I, as an Englishman, I go, Italy, that's kind of funny. You haven't made it again. But I think I'd still rather see Italy there than Cape Verde, because if you say, Craig, who would you rather you see England play, in one of the games, Italy or Cape Verde? I want the win.
Well, of course, Italy.
Cape Verde, but I want to see Italy because I want to see good soccer. I want to see that matchup. But now we're not going to have it. We may not have Italy. We definitely don't have Hungary. They ain't making it.
But what if there's a major upset? Will you be like,
I
I'm just saying it's always possible.
agreed.
It's always possible.
I just think there's going to be three teams where you're like,
Sure.
all right, one of you guys produced an upset, and the other three other games,
Yeah.
out of the 12 games or 9 games you guys played together combined,
Yeah.
the goal difference was -87, right?
Sure.
Anyway, it is what it is. FIFA, more money. We're still going to watch.
Yeah.
We're still going to watch. You know we are.
It does bring more people into the game if you think about it too, for viewership. If you think about it, like, I don't know if they have viewership numbers to be like, hey, like who's not watching and who does, because just there are people out there that
They've got
have these small countries that don't care to watch if their nation's not in there.
Yeah.
I mean, those are sports people.
Yeah.
Whether you're an American fan that your hometown team isn't in playoffs and you don't care to watch, or you just like, there's a lot of stuff like that though.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. There's the teams that have qualified so far. There's a couple more games coming up. We know Italy have gone into the playoffs. Ireland are into the playoffs. A couple more spots available for some of the teams. Everything will get decided in the next week here. And by the way, December 5th,
do you want to know how many?
the day of the
How many-
draw for all the teams and where the groups are going to play. Go for it.
Do you want to know how many of the qualification places? We should have a recap between. Let's recap this. So, the AFC, that federation, it's Africa, I think, right?
Yes,
Or-
I'll bring that up.
Yeah. So they have 8 direct spots, but they have 1 playoff tournament place.
That's Asia. Sorry, Asia.
Asia.
AFC, yep.
And then the CAF,
Africa.
that's 9 direct spots with 1 playoff tournament place.
Okay.
CONCACAF gets 6 direct spots with 2 playoff tournament places.
Okay.
CONMEBOL gets 6 direct spots with 1 playoff tournament place. And then Oceania OFC gets 1 direct spot with 1. No, that can't be right. OFC?
That's Oceania.
That is Oceania. Okay.
Yes, you got it
1 direct spot with 1 playoff tournament place. And then UEFA gets 16 direct spots.
I mean, listen,
Yeah.
it's UEFA. They are
Sure.
the biggest. That is where the majority of the fans are. That is where everything happens. So
For sure.
I get it.
For sure.
I get it. 16 direct spots. How many are playoff spots?
They don't have any.
There's a playoff.
It doesn't, according to this, it doesn't on
There's a
FIFA's
playoff
website.
happening. I know, because obviously Ireland won today to get into the. Ireland, by the way, 3 days ago realized that they needed to beat Portugal and Hungary to get into the playoffs, and they beat both of them incredibly. So I'm rooting for Ireland there. All right, we're moving on. We're moving on. MLS. Brooks, MLS have made a huge change.
Big news.
Big news. One kind of skipped by, some big calendar news, and then the paywall one kind of skipped by. I feel like we should talk about that right after this.
I'm Craig Hearn. Today, I'm here with the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. He's going to show me some simple exercises and stretches to do before my soccer games. Because to be honest, I'm getting a little older and I need to be better prepared for these games. All right, he's got some stuff he's going to show us. Let's jump in.
What's up, guys? Dr. Zach here with Craig. We're going through a dynamic warm-up here. Super important, especially in this age group as we get older. A lot of guys that I see, they go right from their car and straight to the field without any warm-up. We want to make sure that we're getting the body warm, we're getting loose, we get the heart rate up so that we can help reduce injuries. All right, guys, so I've got Craig currently doing some grass sweeps. He's doing a Frankenstein stretch, and he's also going through some pogos right now. Whoa, Craig, what the hell?
Yep, sorry, Doc. All this newfangled dynamic warm-up, this and that. What was wrong with my old warm-up? Oh, yeah, the doc was right. Definitely need the new warm-up. Oh, good Lord.
All right, friends. Last topic of the night. MLS is making some big changes. All right, MLS is flipping the calendar. All right, what the hell does that mean? All right, currently there's two different calendars within soccer. MLS has what they call, like I call it the summer calendar. They start in March and they finish in November. The rest of the world, pretty much, the big leagues, well, the major leagues like the Premiership, La Liga, Bundesliga, they play in the international calendar. It goes from August all the way through to May. In order to be considered one of the top leagues in the world, you need to be on that international calendar. It's taken 2 years of debating, studying, analyzing, and they finally came together, the owners of MLS with Don Garber, the commissioner, and they have voted this week to change it. They're going from the summer calendar to the international calendar.
In 2027.
2027, yes. Okay, now, you may ask, well, what's the big deal? I want to throw something out here real quick. Okay. In America, where obviously the MLS is based, what happens at this time of year? Right now, October, November, December. What is happening here in the United States? Well, go ahead.
I mean, it's the playoffs. It's the end of the year, so there's some teams playing, some teams not. And then you go into postseason, you go into off-season.
But the league as a whole is competing against the MLS and another major MLS, NFL, NFL and college football. College football is a huge draw here in the United States. And I'm going to give you an example. Okay, the SEC championship game last year had 16.6 million viewers. The SEC championship game had 16.6 million viewers. While on at the exact same time was the MLS Cup, which had 468,000 viewers. So yeah, you just have this competing. And by the way, that was just a final for the MLS Cup. The playoffs, all through the playoffs, what are they competing against? They compete against other college football games, the NFL games. You just can't do it. Now that they moved to an international schedule, playoffs or the end of the season for the MLS is going to come in the spring. So it's going to come in April, May, possibly into June, depending on how they go. And they'll be competing against NHL and NBA early round playoffs, not the NFL, not the juggernaut of the NFL, and not college football. So
and then baseball kicking off too.
And baseball kicks off, but early season baseball, people pay attention to the opening day.
Sure.
And then they forget about it for a couple of weeks, months. And that's where it's really going to help the MLS. So I think that's going to help as well. Now, part of this is also going to open up things like, hey, teams are going to be able to go spend more money. The people are going to be able to go. This is what a lot of the owners have wanted. This is what a lot of the players want. They don't want salary caps. They want you to be able to open the pocketbooks, bring more players in, expand it, and it's going to bring more and better players in. I believe some players in Europe refuse to come play here in the MLS until the end of their career because they're the summer's calendar. I think the international calendar is going to be just way better for everybody involved.
Well, this isn't going to open up cap space and everything. Not right away.
Not right away.
But what it does, it gives you a fair shake at, there's always been the guys, hey, there's some decent player that's kind of, 27, 20, considering, do I want to stick around in Europe to play another year? I'd rather go to MLS and, make some money and be kind of the face of a franchise. And this kind of lets you compete with guys now in the summer and the winter time.
Right. I think a lot of this is, as well, Brooks, is Don Garber and the owners seem to be a little bit on the same page, right? And they're moving in the same direction. So what I'm hearing is this is going to help drive the change of how much teams can spend. Teams want to spend more money. They want to bring big players. We've seen this year alone, we've seen Heung-min Son and Thomas Mueller, huge players in the game. Mueller towards the end of his career for sure.
Sure.
Heung-min Son, he's still got pace. He still scores goals. He's still having fun.
Mm-hmm.
We got to bring more players like that here, just a little bit earlier in their age, and I think this is really going to help do that.
Sure.
So this is just a change helping move that forward.
Yeah.
Brooks, why didn't the MLS do this earlier? Why has it taken 30 years to do this?
I think it's an understanding of the owners and just understanding how soccer works. And I think as more American owners have invested in Europe, I'm sure they all talk to their friends because they probably run in the same circles. And, there are probably a lot of guys that want to do deals with their friends so they can exchange money and help each other out, between European clubs and MLS, where they can't do it, or it's because they're on different, schedules.
Yep.
So, it makes things interesting. And I'm sure there's time, like I said, there's times when players are hemming and hawing about MLS versus, guy in EPL that's done in the EPL coming to MLS versus going to La Liga or Serie A.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kevin De Bruyne is a great example. If they're on the same calendar, maybe Kevin De Bruyne wouldn't have went to Napoli. Maybe he would have considered coming to MLS because it was really close with LA, some of those teams.
Yep.
So I think it just took a little time to understand that. And then,
well, one of the other reasons, sorry, I don't mean, I'll let you finish. Sorry, go ahead.
well, I think the other thing is people are just like, well, what do we do in the wintertime? Well, everyone always says this. Well, what's the wintertime? It's super cold. There are a lot of leagues in Europe that play during the wintertime. Germany, like Nate always tells us, has the month off because it gets a little bitter cold there during the middle of the.
And they do a holiday break. That's
they do.
Pretty much they call it.
They do.
There.
I believe the Russian league plays during the winter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, they do.
Reason there.
They do. By the way, okay, so I'm gonna parlay that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, part of the reason is because back 10, 15, 20 years ago, they didn't have underground heating in a lot of these stadiums.
Correct.
Now they've got it. They didn't have the infrastructure around the stadium to facilitate, 10, 20, 30,000 fans coming in.
Yeah.
Now they do. We have soccer-specific stadiums here in the MLS in North America, and we can facilitate playing in the cold. Essentially, right now, if Toronto FC was still in the playoffs, games would be outside in Toronto, right?
It'd be very cold.
It'd be very cold.
There were a couple MLS finals there.
They've done it before, and that's what Don Garber said. He goes, we've done finals there before, which is in late November, early December. We've done this before. It is possible. Yeah. Yes, it's cold, but guess what? What they also do in the middle of the winter, Brooks? They play NFL games outside.
Correct.
Well, if they can do that, why can't we do it? It's done around the world. So the MLS said, you know what?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's go to the international calendar. We don't have to worry about the weather. We already deal with it. With the infrastructure set up, the stadiums are now set up with underground heating. Let's make the move. So that was one of the big things why they didn't do it earlier, because the facilities weren't quite there.
Yeah, nothing was totally built yet. Exactly. I mean, essentially, was it Sounders, Revs, Atlanta United shares that stadium with, it was built on purpose for Atlanta United and the Falcons. Yep. But there's not a lot of teams really that only play in NFL stadiums anymore. I mean, most of them, Chicago Fire are going to get their own stadium here in 2027, which is going to be nice. So there's really only 2 to 3 teams that really play in NFL stadiums anymore that are MLS so they're big enough, for that. So yeah, I remember when the soccer specific stuff has really grown and the soccer specific stadiums and the equipment needed and everything, and not having to share time because like the Fire do, like when the NFL season comes, the Fire get booted to Bridgeview. Right. That's just how it is. It's like, we don't want to tear up the field anymore. So if you guys have home games, they have to play their playoff game there. Like they got booted to Bridgeview. So,
So, all right, before you tell us about how this is going to be implemented, there was one other reason they've moved to an international calendar, okay? Here in America, the MLS is still behind all 4 major sports. Okay, it's still lagging behind NFL, NBA,
NHL,
MLB, and MLB.
Yeah.
But what a lot of people don't understand is it's actually lagging behind EPL viewership here.
Yeah.
EPL viewership here outnumbers MLS viewership.
Oh, by a lot.
By a lot. So they want to start competing with that, okay? And this is a way to do that. And I got no problem with that. I got no problem with you, because you know what? I can now go and choose what games. I already do it. I already choose what games I want to watch. Am I watching the Bundesliga today? I'm watching the EPL today. I'm watching La Liga today. I'm watching Serie A today. Throw another league in there. It's fine. At least the games in the MLS, when they're played on Saturday and Sunday, they'll be at night. In the afternoon and night, whereas all the other games are played in the morning. So I have literally now we'll have a full day of soccer. It's going to be phenomenal.
I mean, if you think about it, if bars take advantage of it, bars, pubs, like they have all that stuff and they can show that. You have the EPL fans coming in the morning and then the afternoon games for Serie A or La Liga, and
so we get to stay at the bar all day long.
Yeah.
Hey,
some people could do it. Yeah,
Kyle.
Yeah.
Get that seat at the end of the Dog and Pony Show bar warmed up for me. I'm coming in. I'll be there all day for soccer.
But it makes it interesting. Like it can, now it can all run like that. I mean, because you wouldn't have MLS starting until February, and unfortunately. And what's interesting now too is now the important parts of the league, like you said, will be around the same time as everyone else.
Yeah.
So. EPL, their final season Champions League going on, so it'll be interesting to see how they compete with all that and the dates they pick for that as well to make sure they're not in the same days.
Agreed. Now, one of the issues is you can't quite have the current format that the league has. Okay, they're going to need to change the format a little bit. The playoffs are going to have to be updated a little bit. So there's some time to get to that. Yeah, I don't believe they've quite figured all that out yet, but
changing divisions.
But they will get there. They're going to have to, because you're going to need to play teams home and away.
Well, that's what they are. That's what they're doing.
You're going to need to play almost all the teams.
Well, this is what. Have you read about this? What they proposed to do?
I haven't quite got there because I've heard it's proposed and not finalized yet. So there's a lot to get to within this. Yeah.
The proposal is 6 divisions with 5 teams each. You play each team home and away, and then you play everyone else once.
Okay.
So that would be your full season. So you play your division twice, everyone once home and away, and then everyone once, and then obviously it flips the next year. If you played someone away, you play them at home and vice versa.
I like it.
Yes.
All right.
So you still play everyone, which is good.
All right. Anything else we need to know about this happening, Brooks, before we get to the paywall of Apple yet?
Yeah. So the last thing here is, if everyone's curious about, well, when 2026 is done, how is MLS? Are they going to take a 5-month hiatus or a 6-month hiatus?
How's that work, Brooks?
Yeah. So according to the MLS website, they have it here that the 2027-28 MLS regular season will begin in mid to late July 2027 and conclude with the Audi MLS Cup playoffs and MLS Cup presented by Audi in late May 2028. Like other major international leagues, MLS will observe a midwinter break from mid-December through early February with no league matches scheduled in January. Before the calendar change, MLS will stage a transition season from February 2027 to May 2027, featuring a 14-game regular season, playoffs, and MLS Cup. Those results will determine 2027 qualification for the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, Canadian Championship, Leagues Cup, and CONCACAF Champions Cup. So, and honestly, this schedule change too, we forget about, makes it interesting because we would always catch CONCACAF Champions Cup matches when Mexico and everyone else was kind of in the prime of their season. Right. And we were coming out of preseason playing these early games. Now we'll actually be in form. Yeah. Have the midwinter break will come out of or whatever, but I'm sure some teams will still play during the midwinter break every once in a while, depending on when CONCACAF Champions Cup games are. But it makes it interesting to see if MLS teams maybe can win a few more CONCACAF Champions Cups.
Very interesting. All right. I like where it's going. Brooks, you a fan of where this is going?
It had to happen. I think it's good. I mean, USL does it with USL Super League right now for the women, and then I think USL will do that at some point with their league with the men. And then now we just need Pro Rel happening in MLS, and then USL is Pro. I don't know. We'll see what happens with all this stuff.
The rumor is that once these big changes start getting into effect, Pro Rel could be coming. Yeah. That's going to be a lot harder to sell to those owners, though.
Yeah.
That's
It will
gonna
be tough.
That's going to be tougher. All right. So the other big piece of news coming out of MLS is MLS has announced changes to its partnership with Apple. No more paywall or MLS season pass. The deal will end in 2028-29, which is the deal with MLS and Apple ends 3.5 years early. So it now ends in 28-29. It's ending earlier than expected.
They still get a lot of money though.
They still get a lot of money out of it.
Yeah.
I think this is a good thing. We'll get more viewers. You just have to sign up for Apple. You'll get more. You don't have to pay twice now. So more viewers watching the game as the games enter into the international season. Another good thing, right? I mean, hey, for someone put on the Facebook group, for once I don't have to pay extra to watch game.
I know. I mean, I would pay the Apple fee and then because I watch the Next Pro stuff just because of the scouting stuff I do, and I'll watch. But like, I finally have to pay the extra $75 now, which is wonderful. Saves me money.
Yeah, it's great.
But
we've finally come out on the right end here.
yeah, it is. And
Thanks, MLS.
what's interesting is it Paramount Plus that's going to make the bid for a lot of this stuff? Like, is there going to be one channel like a Paramount Plus or a Fox that's going to have just all the domestic soccer on
Right,
it?
because currently majority of games are on Apple, but
Yeah.
Fox does 34 games.
Yes, for MLS.
And for MLS, yes, for MLS for 34 games, and then the finals on Fox. MLS
Yes.
Cup is on Fox.
Yes.
So, what's going to happen here after the 28-29 season ends? Who's going to make the bid? Who's going to have the winning bid? Is it going to be Paramount Plus? Is it going to be ESPN?
I don't see them wanting it again. I
Who's
think
gonna
they've
want
moved on from soccer ESPN,
so?
which is a big mistake. I think it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be a battle between like Amazon Prime. I think Prime would entertain
think
it
Prime.
because so many people use Prime because they have so much more than what Apple has. I think it's going to be Prime, Paramount, and Fox. That'll be the three big ones. I don't know if NBC Sports would want it. I mean, they could do a whole day of just soccer channel if they wanted to.
I just
you
don't
know?
see them going in on it. I think they're so in on EPL and
Sure.
everything else.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
You're
they
right.
had MLS at one point.
Maybe. I mean, probably a lot of the channels have had it
Yeah.
for 30 plus years, right? All right. I mean, listen, I think the MLS is growing. This is a good step. I don't know if people really realize this is a big step forward in both ways for the league in expanding and just making it a better league. Currently, as it stands, according to God knows what, it is the 12th best league in the world.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to say, yeah, that's about right. By the way, the Saudi league that Ronaldo plays in is the 29th best league in the world. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, now's a good enough time to wrap things up. Unless you have anything else you want to add to it, Brooks, we good?
No, I'm good.
All right, friends, do me a huge favor. Give us a like, give us a subscription, give us a share. We would very much appreciate it. Do us a big favor. Also, please say thank you to our sponsors and our partners. Please say thank you to Next Level Training, to Soccer World, to the Football Doc, Dr. Zachary, to Zachary Atwood, to the Michigan Jaguars FC, and to Dog and Pony Show Brewing. We'd very much appreciate that. Give them a like, give them a subscription, give them a share. We'd very much appreciate it. If you're listening on podcast, Spotify, iHeart, anywhere you get your podcasts, give us 5 stars. Leave us a little comment. We'd love to hear it.
Sign up for our Substack newsletter.
Ooh, sign up for our Substack. That's right. We got like
Free kick.
35,000 subscriber list there. Free kick from We Are Soccer. We've missed a couple of weeks. We've been busy. We got some other stuff going on, which is fun. Lots of stuff coming out. We're looking for a Christmas party. We're going to be doing that soon. You'll be notified shortly on that. But for that, from Brooks and I, that's going to wrap us up. We very much appreciate it. We'll be back next week. Cheers.
Cheers.